My dream warned me, but I didn't listen. Part 1. Back then, I was living with a toxic, jealous boyfriend who controlled me and didn't want me to work. While living with him, I had a dream about another man, someone I'd never met before. He was dark-skinned, older, with a heavy upper body. In the dream, he was sitting on a bed with a body wrapped in white sheet behind him. I didn't understand it then. We started talking, then he asked me to do something sexual, but I refused because that particular thing he told me to do felt wrong. He got angry, pulled a machete from under the dresser, and started chasing me. The next day, after yet another screaming match with my toxic partner, I needed out. The suffocating air in the house was too much, so I took a walk. The asphalt beneath my feet felt endless, and with every step, the weight of everything, the arguments, the fuss about me not working, the constant pressure just pressed down. Soon, the tears started, hot and unstoppable. While walking, I spotted a man driving a small white bus. He gave me a friendly wave, but I didn't respond immediately. A thought crossed my mind, wondering if he could help me. So I stopped him further down the road to ask for directions to a pharmacy. To my surprise, he took me there, bought me breakfast, offered me some money, and gave me his number, insisting I call if I ever needed anything. A few days later, I left my toxic boyfriend and I met up with the same man I met in the white bus. He gave me a place to stay for a few days, until I figure myself out. It was his girlfriend's house. She lived overseas and rarely visited. A few days turned into months. He got serious with me, found me a bartending job, and life seemed to be getting better. One day we were having a conversation and I noticed he wore a ring on every finger, and my intuition told me something was off. I told him about my dream, and he just laughed, but I couldn't shake the feeling he looked familiar, like the person in my dream. That's when worry set in. He finally took me to his house, and the way my dream had perfectly matched reality was terrifying. The machete was exactly where it had been, under the dresser, and the room itself was a perfect match. Shaking, I asked if he'd hurt me, and he just smiled, saying no. His stepdaughter lived there too, and she never liked me. She treated me badly from the start, and I felt she was trouble. On top of that, his ex-wife started threatening me, and my toxic ex kept calling with threats. During my 2 weeks off work, I went to visit my daughter, who was staying with her father's sister. While I was there, my boyfriend called me saying someone told him they saw me in Runaway Bay, but that wasn't true. I realized someone was trying to set me up. That night, I started getting threatening messages online telling me to leave the men I was with. I also had a dream about two crocodiles chasing me, like real enemies. After spending a few days with my daughter, I returned home to my boyfriend, and everything felt perfectly normal. We talked, shared a couple drinks, had some fun, and then went to sleep. At around 3 a.m., we heard a noise in the bathroom. When my boyfriend went to check, it was 2 robbers, with guns in hand. They came in through the bathroom window. They robbed us. They took money, jewelry, everything of value they could find. Then they tied us up. But eventually, after the robbery, everything changed between us. Things started to go downhill. We began having small arguments about almost everything, and the relationship just turned toxic and heavy. So eventually, we broke up. I moved on with my life, leaving everything behind. Looking back, the dead body I dreamt about before meeting the guy, that was me, the version of me that would have died if I stayed with him. My peace, my joy, my spirit all wrapped up and gone. That white sheet wasn't just a cover, it was a warning, a funeral for the woman I was becoming. God was showing me, if you stay, you'll lose yourself. And the crazy part, that man was sitting right next to it, like he already killed that version of me in the spirit. Many of what happened wasn't his fault, But if I hadn't been with him, I don't think I would have went through the stuff I did. The machete, that was just the beginning. That machete wasn't just a weapon, it symbolized the problems and darkness that came with him. I was traumatized and stressed, but God warned me in the dream. If only I'd listened. And my dream of the two crocodiles chasing me. It wasn't just a nightmare. It was a chilling premonition of the two men who later invaded our home, turning our reality into a living nightmare. Final message. Sometimes the most dangerous curse come disguised as blessing. Follow, like, share for more stories like this.